We are looking at Wild Card Weekend and looking ahead to 2024 right now on Fantasy Football Today in 5. Adam Azer and Dave Richard here. Okay, so we just did a whole show talking about basically Wild Card Weekend and looking ahead at 2024, but going to give you topics that we did not talk about on the full-length show. So here we go. Topic number 1, Nico Collins, 96 yards and a touchdown. He has been on fire since the Tank Dell injury. Last time we spoke, I think you had Dell over Nico for 2024. Are you thinking about changing your mind?
I am thinking about changing my mind because Nico Collins is turned out to be a very good target for CJ Stroud. You've got to break down the numbers of when Dell was at his best, but because we don't know what we're going to get from Tank Dell, I think it makes sense to start Nico but draft Nico ahead of Tank. They're going to go near each other. I wouldn't be surprised if one goes in like late round 3 and the other one goes in early round 4, something like that. It's all going to be driven by CJ Stroud, who's just an absolute stud.
Are you discouraged? Topic number 2. Are you discouraged by Devon Anan? Only 9 touches, and it's still just not the lead guy. And Raheem Mostert could be back next season, and he had 6 carries for 9 yards, 3 catches for 21 yards. They were all terrible. But from a usage standpoint, are you discouraged by Devon Anan, who's going to be, I think, a second-round pick next season?
Yeah, for now, I'm unhappy with my pick of Anan. I took him with an early second-round pick in our first mock, and I kind of wish I had gone wide receiver instead at this point. A little bit of buyer's remorse. Adam, he did average almost 18 PPR points in his starts this past season, but I don't know if he's going to claim that role of being the main running back for the Dolphins. We talked about how the Dolphins really should improve their offensive line. It should be a priority for them this offseason. If they do that, and if Mostert isn't on the team or is clearly in a relegated role, then yeah, it should be all systems go for Anan. But for now, I don't think we can guarantee that he will be in that main role. He's younger. He's very fast. He's a good pass catcher. I'd like to see him get to that role, but the Dolphins have no reason to give him that role. Training camp will be very interesting.
Topic number 3, David Montgomery getting more carries, a lot more than Jahmyr Gibbs, and scoring 14 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown with 1 catch for 11 yards. That's now 4 straight games with a touchdown for David Montgomery. He scores a lot of touchdowns. Yeah. He went 72nd in our PPR mock draft. I mean, that's way too late for him, right? For Montgomery?
I mean, everybody's going to take him as one of the settle for RB2s in drafts next year. This is assuming that he finishes the season healthy. He stays with Detroit. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't. He's under contract with them. And he averaged just over 15 PPR points per game last year and was pretty close to that in non-PPR because he doesn't catch the ball that much. Certainly one of those things where the Lions will look at their run game and say, it ain't broke. Let's not fix it. And Montgomery in his age 27 season will still be in a situation where he gets in the neighborhood of 14, 15 carries and the goal line work that we want Gibbs to get. But Montgomery will get a little bit more of it from game to game.
Oh, my gosh. We went so fast that we have time for a bonus topic.
Oh, all right. Let's go.
Devonte
you have a bonus topic.
Yeah. Devonte Smith. What round for him? 148 yards on 12 targets, but of course, no A.J. Brown.
Right. So he averaged just under 15 PPR points. Actually closer, 14.2 PPR points per game last year. I think that's where you should expect him this coming season as well. And Devonte Smith, great wide receiver, but as long as A.J. Brown's there, and hopefully Jalen Hurts is back to throwing the ball deep as well as he was in the first 2/3 of this past season, I think he's going to be a solid wide receiver too. We would have an interesting debate between Devonte Smith and Jaden Waddle as to which wide receiver you would take first.
I'd take Waddle.
I think I'd take Waddle too, but they're going to be real close to each other, just like they were real close to each other in 2023 drafts.
Yeah. I think, well, is Goddard back?
I'm assuming so.
Then I'd take Waddle. But as long as, Goddard still commands a decent amount of targets, as long as that's the case, if Brown and Goddard are there, we have not seen great production from Jalen Waddle, from Devonte Smith in that scenario. All right, that's it. We're done. No more topics. That's Dave Richard. I'm Adam Azer. We will talk to you tomorrow on Fantasy Football Today in 5.